In this video, I'm going to show you on how you can add a glowing effect to a photo of a person using Canva. So essentially the thing that I want to achieve here, I want to add some glowing effect to this woman. So in the background, there's going to be something glowing. It could be a white color or yellow, but anything that is bright. And it is similar to a shadow, except it is bright. So it's kind of drawing the viewer's attention to that subject, which is actually one of many reasons of why we want to implement that feature or that effect into a photo. So anyway, here's how I'm going to do it. First, you have to insert a picture into your canvas, and secondly, I do recommend to duplicate the picture because later we are going to remove the background of the photo. I'm going to right click on this photo and click duplicate, and after that, on the duplicated photo, I'm going to put it exactly on the original position. And after that, we are going to remove the background. There are two options here. You can go to edit and then you can click background remover. It is possible, but you can also use something called magic grab, which can be similar, except you have a finer control over which area that you want to include or you want to exclude from the isolation. And also there are two methods. You can either use the brush method or the click method. The brush method is manual. You have to manually select the area that you want to include, while the click method is basically using AI to let you select the area that you want to isolate. But this is far from perfect, and sometimes you will get this tiny artifact that you have to manually click to be included, and even that, it's not always perfect. So that's one consideration when using this technique to select a part of the picture in your photo. But I will try my best to include everything in this picture. Okay, no objects detected, even though there's still this tiny hole, but that's okay. Let's click grab, and later Canva will isolate this picture, this woman, from the background, and later we can essentially just edit the photo of the woman without involving the background, and it's just going to make things a lot easier. Okay, we just have to wait maybe for a few more seconds and the image should be ready. And when it comes to adding a glowing effect, there are actually multiple methods. So this photo is ready, and now I'm going to remove the background. Remember, this is the background, now it's empty and we can remove it. Of course, it's the original background is still here, still in the background, so that's the benefit of duplicating the photo before removing the background. So anyway, we have this picture of a woman, and of course there is still another picture behind it, but that's okay because that's exactly what we want. And now we are going to add some glowing effect to this picture. So again, there are two methods. The first method is actually the one that is my favorite because it's just way more flexible. I'm going to find a shadow shape in the element section. You can search with the keyword shadow, let's say circle shadow or circle glow, because they are actually the same thing. Shadow and glow, they are the same thing but just different color. Now go to the graphic section, and then here you will see plenty of different shadow effect or glowing effects that you can insert into your design. Let's try this one, which is this white color, and I think this is too bright. Let's try something else that maybe much akin to this one. There are some graphics element that you can modify the color, but others don't. So this is kind of, I don't know, the challenge of using this method, because sometimes you will get the effect that is not customizable. So in this case, this effect, this shadow or glowing effect, cannot change the color, but that's okay for now. And after that, we want to put this shadow effect behind this woman. So you can right click, or you can actually just go to position, click layers, and we can drag and drop this shadow or this glowing effect behind the picture of the woman. And there you go. Now we got a glowing effect behind this woman, which is exactly what we want. Now let's try something else. Like, we can also use it for a shadow. So if you go to elements again and then use something like circle shadow, you'll see something similar, except the color is different. So I can, for example, I can remove this because it's we want to replace it with something darker. And let's try maybe this one. And okay, this one we can change the color. You can see You can click color and you can change to whatever color you want, and it's going to make things a lot more interesting. Again, when you're done, you can click position again, click layers, and drag that glowing effect behind the subject of the photo. And okay, that was for the first method. The second method is going to be a bit more complicated in my opinion, but maybe it could be worth it. So first you have to click on the picture, click edit, and after that you want to click shadows and then click glow. Okay, there is a little bit of problem here, but we're going to deal with that later. And here you can change the color. You can change the color to be white, and you can make it larger, but the consequence is you're going to make the photo or the subject to be smaller, and it's just the reality of using this method. And it's kind of difficult to resize this back to the original page position because you have to do it manually. But if this is something that you want, then this is definitely working. I think so many people using this method as well, and it could be fine. So yeah, that is the second method to add a glowing effect to a photo in Canva. And yeah, that's basically it. If you find this video to be helpful, please consider subscribing to this channel, and I'll see you on the next video.